It's October 28th on a Monday, early morning, and we're bringing you MAGI, our multi-agent generated indicators. It is AI on the stock market. It's our proprietary AI, and we're going to get into the results in just a minute. Remember, it's cool data. It's not necessarily fully translatable to your success in the market. So if you do trade with our signals, be very careful. Use other forms of analysis because our performance doesn't necessarily guarantee yours. You could really lose a lot of money in the market if you're not careful and you don't know what you're doing. So with that, let's dive into the signals. Here we go. Let's take a look at puts first because we have more data on puts this week than we do calls. Notice that this is the date here, the 025 or the 1025, that's October 25th. That's the date triggered. We have the symbol over here, Allergent Technologies. We have the triggered price. That triggered price is the price at the close of market last Friday, okay? Contrarian is the strategy. You'll see put here. That is what we're looking for. We're looking for puts on this tab. However, we have stringent filtering criteria. And that filtering criteria said, hey, you know what? We're not going to put the put in here, just not highly probable enough for us to want to put our name on it. But we did get a contrarian move, and we're going to go ahead and include that because the probability was really high. So the probability of it going the opposite direction, even though there was something of a high probability of a put, we're putting the most reliable signal here that we think we can publish right here, and it's a 1% move up instead of down. So we didn't even put the put here that MAGI saw because it just didn't have high enough probabilities. AMAT, contrarian move, right? We have several percentages of contrarian move here. 3%. That could happen before or after the dominant move that we were looking for. The put, high probability put, 1%, super high probability. And when it happens, we have a second reaction here, a second leg. It happens to corroborate with or correlate with the contrarian move back up. So we have this notion of the put coming in and then the stock going back up. So we're giving you both legs of this maneuver here. That's the way to read that. Let's do this again. We're going to scroll down here. We're going to look at LYB. It's a really good example. We have a contrarian move here. This could happen first, a 1%er, right? And then we have the dominant, the put. That put maneuver could mean that this all happens even before this contrarian first signal. So just to let you know, this doesn't necessarily happen first. It could happen second. But here's what definitely happens second. This, where you see not yet active. Anything here that says not active, we are depending upon this maneuver to happen first. We have the 1% move down, then we're going to have a 1% move up. Does it happen in this sequence? One down, one up, half down, half up? No, not necessarily. It happens 1%, 1.5%, 2% perhaps, and then we get some of this action, and then we could go back down to fulfill that 2.5% put move and still get this later. The not yet reached need to be updated with close of business when the prominent move or the dominant move takes place. And then that changes the first target price a little bit depending on the close price. So look for that. I have been derelict in my responsibilities to update these data for you. Let's take a quick look at the calls here before we go. You can see there are only 3 calls, but they do have the full set of data. So we have a dominant direction call here, dominant direction call here, and they all have second leg targets that aren't active yet, that when they do reach this target, we will go ahead and update this information. Also, we have a call here. We have the contrarian here too. So this one could happen before, could happen after, we don't really know. But this one also has a second leg. So that does it for the entire set of new signals. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. We will see you next week. Thank you.